And now he's out of the race again as Adam Southgate now knits his way through the 924s. Oh, Southgate's gone off! He tries to lap them, and that's broken something. That has definitely broken something. Adam Southgate spins across the circuit, back onto the circuit. Molyneaux just misses in. Well, that has definitely broken the car in a big, big way. Adam, you need to get out of there quickly. He's trying to drive the car up to a marshal's post, because then, of course, with the car smoking, they can put it out. So I know exactly what he's doing. He's trying to get the car to the nearest marshal's post, but he's going to have to bail out now. Adam, get out of the car, mate. I think he's just going to be able to park it next to the marshal's post where the fire extinguisher is. So I think he'll be all right. But that is a big moment for Adam Southgate, and his race is over too. So again, two major former champions. Well, Adam Southgate is the 2018 champion, so it's not really a former champion. But Ed Hayes was last year's champion. Rick Styron is the only champion on the grid left from the Porsche Boxsters. Let's watch this again. Southgate just lost the back end. Look, he got the bumper underneath the car, and the speed he hit the bump, that is what broke the car. Now, I'm not sure what that is that's broken the car. He then loses the car, and somehow Dolly Molly just sweeps by to the right-hand side, misses him. That was very close indeed. Meanwhile, we've got the leaders coming through on the 924s. Oh, and a little bit of a nudge there, as James Coleman just taps David Jones as they go through. Molyneaux's gone through, Lawrence has gone through, Coleman's gone through, and Johnson's got a chance now on David Jones. Go on, Gavin, this is your moment. Powering on the throttle, got to keep it round the outside. He is going to commit to the move this time. It might be his best chance. Into McLean's, he holds the inside line. David Jones is still in the lead, but Johnson's really fast through this point of the course. Can he get there and break just that millimetre or so later than David Jones? No! So tight between these two, he's going to need a better exit off Coppice. Now they're going to be side by side. He's running out of laps to get this done. Surely, he's got to do it now. Up on the inside. Is he going to get through? Not yet. We're running out of laps for Avery and Styron up front. And these two are going to have to push really hard indeed. I think we've got no more than 2 laps to go. And Gavin Johnson's got to try and get this move done on David Jones now. He draws up alongside him, but he's been sent to the left side of the circuit, up towards Redgate. Can he carry the speed all the way round the outside? He can brake a little bit later, but what he does do, in fact, is brake a little earlier. Then he gets the switchback for the inside line. David Jones knows it's coming, but Johnson's unable to get on the inside. This is so frustrating for Gavin Johnson. Come on, man. You can do it. Through the crane of curves, dropping down into the right-hander for the old hairpin. David Jones, a little bit more cautious on the brakes. He locks up. Is this going to be the moment for Gavin Johnson? He darts to the right-hand side. He's going to sweep around Starkey's Bridge, round Schwartz Curve. Surely this is it now. Keep the power on. A flick of the dust from Gavin Johnson, and from David Jones, sorry. And now Johnson on the inside through McLean's. Is that job done? Yes, it is. At last. He's made the gap and made it through. Well, that was tight as you like for Gavin Johnson. And now that he's in front of David Jones, surely in the last lap and a half of the race, he will start to pull away. But Gavin Johnson has made this a very tough mission, but he knew that he couldn't afford to get into a war with David Jones. He certainly couldn't afford to get into the side of him. So he needed to time that one to absolute perfection. And now Gavin Johnson goes into his last lap of race 2. And Gavin Johnson is going to have to try and hang on here in front of David Jones. And the man behind Hugh Pert is still there in 3rd position. So even if Gavin Johnson were to now set the fastest lap of the race and win, Hugh Pert would still take the title to the 3rd and final race of the weekend and the last race of the season, because 3rd position would be enough to keep his hopes alive into the last race. As Dolly Molly spins at the old hairpin, Kevin Molyneaux's gone around, manages to get the car going again. But that is a bit of an awkward moment in front of the 924 leaders. So Kevin Molyneaux drops back to, what is that now? He'll be behind Coleman and Lawrence now. He was in front of them. And James Coleman is all over the back of Gary Lawrence, trying to find a way through for 3rd position. There is Richard Avery. Richard Avery's going to try and make his lunge. He's got the victory done. Absolutely brilliant performance there from Richard Avery. He takes the victory. And interestingly, Rick Styron, right behind him, is going to pick up 2 time penalties. So he will just about, I think, hang on for second place. He's got a penalty for exceeding track limits and a 10-second penalty for a false start. James Coleman is going to beat Gary Lawrence to the line, only just. There is Kevin Molyneaux in front in 5th position. But importantly, this man, Gavin Johnson, has taken a second victory in the 924s. He comes over the line. It's 2 wins out of 2 so far this weekend for Gavin Johnson. So nearly there as the champion. And he sets the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. Avery wins from Styron, Coleman, Lawrence and Molyneaux in the Boxsters, from Lee Bowden, Matthew Harris and Kevin Ludford, with Adam Southgate and Ed Hayes retiring again. Southgate picks up the fastest lap. Toby Smales retired from the race as well early on. In the 924s, Gavin Johnson picks up his second victory of the weekend in front of David Jones and Hugh Pert. Campbell, Valentine, Jeffrey and Oscarby finish up. Johnson fastest lap, but with Pert in third, the title goes on to the season finale.